Welcome, basketball fans, to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's going to be Josh Smith and the Atlanta Hawks up against Jeremy Lin and the Houston Rockets. And that's all for now. Time to hand it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll be back with more at halftime.
And the players getting reacquainted prior to the tip. A pretty loose atmosphere out there. The Hawks continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Look now, State Farm presents the starting lineups. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Josh Smith in this one?
Well, don't blink, Kevin, because Josh Smith is liable to put a dunk on that will be in the highlight reels for weeks to come. This guy is so explosive. The long arms, the left hand, you know, he's a beautiful strength of skill and explosiveness.
And, you know, with the way he plays defense, Steve, he can create a lot of opportunities for his team in transition. Always a guy with excellent hands who can strip the ball away or block shots. He's looking to make plays and turn heads when he's on the court, and he does it more times than not.
Shot clock at 6. Tipped away.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones, you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups, defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Horford with a screen on Lin. And oh, here we go with Lin. Nobody back. The fast break ends at the rim with the jam.
Boy, they were not wasting any time on that fast break.
Well, when it starts with the turnover, that's the best time to get out and run. You can beat the defense down the floor that way.
Here's Teague. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Smith sets the pick for Teague. Korver, the three, and that is good. Korver's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with a solid screen.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Rockets ahead.
4. The Hawks 3.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Carlos Delfino, Harden out there with Tony Douglas. Then there's Cole Aldrich, and it's Morris in at the 4. Houston with a big group substitution here. Ashik is checked in for Aldrich. Patterson comes in for Marcus Morris. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Carlos Delfino. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Tony Douglas. Atlanta also making some changes here. Al Horford, he's checked in for Tolliver. Korver comes in for Josh Smith. And it's Teague in for Devin Harris. Now here's Lin.
Get it! Watch out now! Tearing that roof down with that one.
Yeah, and really a dunk contest dunk that time. Wow.
Yeah, unreal. What a dunk.
Outside Teague. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Both teams will make substitutions. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Williams kicks to Harris. Back to Williams. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Creating that kind of shot in close is really your primary objective every possession.
Here's Harden. And again, the Rockets good for 2. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Rockets lead by 3. The Sprint halftime show with Damon Bruce is coming up next. Then it'll be on to the third quarter. We'll see you then.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And coming your way now, the Monday edition of our halftime show. Let's get it started. The Rockets in a hard-fought game against the Atlanta Hawks, having their way on offense, and that may be an understatement. They simply can't miss. An impressive first half for Jeremy Lin.
He hasn't put up overwhelming numbers, but without him, where would they be so far in this one?
A scrappy effort by Atlanta. Their bench making its presence felt, putting up big numbers coming in from the Pine. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now let's head on back out to Kevin and the gang.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
And there were a lot of questions about how the Hawks would hold up when Al Horford was hurt early last season. And I'll tell you what, they weathered the storm pretty well, and they remained a solid team in that tough Eastern Conference.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Larry Drew. Josh Smith and Al Horford, the big men, teamed out there with Anthony Morrow, and it's Korver in at the 3 spot. Harden kicks to Eshoot. Houston moving it around. A steal. Rockets on defense. 3-point lead. Some could argue that Horford was one of the most important players on that team, and to be able to not miss a beat without him had to boost, I would think, the confidence of the entire team.
I agree with you, Kevin, and Horford did come back in the playoffs briefly to help, but really it points out the depth that Atlanta had to be able to have a good season without Horford being a big part of it until late in the year with the playoffs. So I think the depth of this team is one of its strengths.
And the Rockets making a change here. Delfino's checked in. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Horford. Tolliver comes in for Kyle Korver. Lou Williams is checked in for Anthony Morrow. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Jeff Teague. Here's Williams. Rockets with the rebound. Ashik's got his 3rd rebound on the night. 2 on the clock. And it's the devastating one-handed jam.
Beautiful there. They're trying to pull away.
Well, with smart basketball, little by little, they're building on their lead here.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
Your Rockets, 15. The Hawks, 5.
Welcome back. It's time for the fourth quarter and time to check in with the 4th member of our team, Doris Burke, to find out who had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
Hi, guys. The uncontainable game today came from the Houston Rockets. Right now, everything has been going their way, and they've taken advantage of their chances. Looks like it's going to be theirs for the taking, and they're 1 quarter away from the win.
Thanks a lot, Doris. We've got Marcus Morris. Harden out there with Jeremy Lin. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Ashik in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Feeds it to Parsons. Morris, guarded by Horford. Harden dishes to Morris. Over Pachulia. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Josh Smith, he's checked in for the Hawks. Harden against Williams. No good. And it's Houston the other way. 24 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Back to Lin. Takes the 3. And that's collected by Smith. And it's the Hawks ball. 8-point game. And that one's good. Here is Harden. Parsons passes to Patterson. And an intentional foul right there.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
5 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. So we see the Rockets get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Jeremy Lin.